Hello, I'm EG, and this is Crocheting with EG, and in this video, I keep like looking at it. I swear this video was just supposed to be like one of my random videos where I talk about a couple random things. I don't even have any yarn hauls, but I just can't stop staring at this bag that's sitting on the table right now that I got from Hobby Lobby yesterday. 9 more skeins of clearance yarn, and I swear it's insane that I have found as much yarn as I've found at Hobby Lobby. And how many times? Like how many videos have I done like recently where it's like, oh, I have some more clearance skeins and this is probably going to be the last of it, and that's what goes through my head. I'm in the store and I'm thinking, okay, I haven't seen any for a couple days, and so this is probably going to be, you know, the last time I'm going to be in here until I switch to like a weekly pop in, and then, you know, then I go in there and then they have like 9 more skeins, and then I'm thinking, okay, well maybe I should keep going every day, and but I don't know. They're going to run out eventually, I think. Either they're going to run out, or they're going to run out just because they don't have any more, or they're going to run out because they don't have any more because I bought it all. It's crazy. So I'm still finding clearance skeins of yarn at my Hobby Lobby. So I have no idea, and it's a good thing that I haven't followed like the there's not like, you know, information out there, but I'm talking about like, you know, from other people's videos and comments and stuff that I've read over the, you know, months and months, where people talk about like when their stores usually get the clearance and all that kind of stuff, because it's so all over the place, like my brain and my thoughts. It's so all over the place that it feels like the stores are just like sort of independent of each other, and you just have to kind of pop into your local store and just see, because they mark the yarn down in different places at different times of the year, and I've heard like the whole dialogue clearance. I didn't know what that was until somebody in my comments, you know, pointed out, you know, what a dialogue clearance was. Some people have said, oh, the dialogue clearance usually happens before the markdown, like the big markdown every year. And then there were other people saying that it usually happens afterwards in July, but it's like August and I'm still finding it. And I had found like a whole bunch before the big markdown, and then I keep finding some afterwards. So I have no idea. So basically, just check your look if you want to shop there and you want to find some clearance yarn. Just kind of pop in every once in a while, or every day, like this, you know, person with no life. Yeah, I need to stop doing that. Talk about myself in the third person. God, I hate when people do that. But just, you know, pop in there every once in a while and just check, because it just seems to be completely random whenever they mark them down. My mom jokingly said, because I said, or my mom knows that I get all this clearance yarn and stuff, and I've said that, like, I feel like a deal magnet or whatever, and my mom said, God, it seems like they like what I said was that they're like digging out all the Christmas stuff and they're putting it all over the shelves and stuff. And what I thought was, oh, they're like moving all the Christmas stuff back into the store, and they're finding, like, you know, some yarn that they forgot was back there, and it's, you know, they have to clearance it out. But she said, what they're probably doing is they're seeing you come in there like every single day and buying all the yarn. They're probably, and it's weird how it's like all at the same time of day too, when all this is there, and it's busy in there, but like, yet people still aren't buying it. So like I'm shocked that it's still on the shelves, and it hasn't been bought up by the, you know, 400 people in the store. I'm exaggerating, but not by much. I'm just shocked that I even come across it. Unless people don't know to look in the remnants or something, but, you know, I don't know. But my mom said they probably see you coming in there every single day, and they probably have like a full cart in the back or whatever of, you know, yarn that they want to put out. But they're probably thinking, okay, well, if we put out just like a handful at a time around the same time that, you know, guy comes in here to get it, we'll you know, we'll have him coming in the store every single day. Maybe he'll buy some of the other stuff, and that's probably, no, I have no idea. It just seems completely random. So, you know, maybe they are like timing it perfectly and like spreading it out. Like, oh, he hasn't gotten any for a couple days, so, you know, grab a big handful back there. He's going to be here in about 20 minutes. I have no idea, but it's weird how much of this clearance yarn that I've come across just this, you know, these past few months. But anyway, so I'll get to the yarn. And I'll start with this one, because like this one I can understand why it was clearanced. It's Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek Low Pill Fiber, and the colorway is white, just a basic white. And so, you know, it looks like a perfectly fine skein, $1.24. But it looks like there's like this sticky residue, like Residue. Another last gasp of my youth. Residue. It looks like like some tape or whatever. What I assume this is, because it has like a letter on it or a couple letters. It feels like maybe this was at the top of the box where the yarn was when they brought it in to the store, and it looks like residual tape, like the packing tape on the box, because it's like in this perfect line right there, and then there's some of the yarn that's cut right here, so it feels like, and it's like right where that residue is, so it feels like that was at the top of the box probably, and then when they cut the box open with a box cutter, it sliced through some of the yarn. I don't know how the skein of yarn got to the top of the box, if that even is what it is. So it is a little messed up, so I can understand why this was clearanced, and I'm assuming that I can just it's on the outside. So I'm assuming that I can just, it's probably going to be a bit of a mess, but if I can find the outside, and what I should do is just do this off camera, but I'm sure I can pull some of the outside off, and then it'll, wait a minute. Oh, this is going to be a pain in the ass. Wait a minute. I'm going to just do like that. If I can pull the outside, maybe I can save as much of this skein as possible, but I don't know. Where's the center pole at? Got a little bit on the center pole, but I don't know. But I'm gonna do that. Try to pull out pull the outside off, because there's no way to get this sticky stuff off. I'm back down to being for it. There's no way to get this sticky stuff off. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do here in a little while. I'm probably off camera because it's going to be boring as hell me doing that. But I'm going to try to pull off all that and then get down to the good yarn, because I'm sure there's good yarn in the center. And then what I spent on this 9 skeins, it was $12 even. So a really good price. And so this one, Baby Bee Sweet Delight, the colorway is Miss Mauve. And $1.49 for this, and it's like one of those thin yarns. What was this? Probably a 3. Yeah, light 3. And it's like sort of a mauve color, like a grayish light pink, with almost like a purple in it. I'm trying to describe mauve. Why do I keep trying to describe mauve? You know the color mauve. It's like the perfect name for that. So that colorway. And I did get one of these. First of all, the color is beautiful, but it is another one of the skein of cotton, another one of the skeins of cotton. But and again, I feel like this was probably a waste, but not really, because I just, if I could figure out how to use this without getting frustrated or without it being disappointed, I mean, that thing that the towel that I started working on, it looks fine. It's just frustrating to work with, like the initial, like working with it. It's just kind of irritating. I mean, it turns out okay and all that, but if I can just get over how frustrating it is working with it, this will make something really pretty. But I'm just not gonna. I will only buy cotton if it's like discounted like this, or if it ends up in a Goodwill box, or or baggers or something like that. But I'm not going to go out and, it's a 30% off week, I'm going to go out and buy 15 skeins of cotton for the 30% off price. I'm not going to go out and I'm not going to seek it out for a very specific project, I don't think, unless I just get over my aversion to it so much that I just love working with cotton. I just don't see that happening. But anyway, this is 87 cents. So, and the colorway is Ocean Stripe. Really a pretty, describe the color. Like blues and a little bit of a brownish green in there, and then a regular green, and just like really pretty, sort of like the color of the ocean. The colors of the ocean. And then this one, I was like, why am I like trying to save those for later? I'll say it. It's like a pretty sparkly red. Yarn Bee Velvety Smooth Sparkle in the color red, and so it's like a red velvety yarn, and it has some sparkle in it. This is really pretty. I don't think I have the sparkle. I think that red, the red I had gotten, it was just like a regular red. This one has a sparkle in it, so that's really pretty. $1.24 for that. And again, these are ones that I've never gotten before. Like every single, maybe this orange, but I feel like I got this orange last year. So it's weird how like all of these are different. Like it really feels like this isn't true, but I'm just saying it sort of feels like Hobby Lobby's like somebody at my Hobby Lobby got wind of the fact that I have a YouTube channel, and they're like intentionally pulling one skein of each of their colorways off because it's like, you know, free promotion. You're welcome, Hobby Lobby. No, I have no idea. It's just weird how all of these are different. I'm sure it has nothing to do with me. Nobody knows who the hell I am, but you know what I'm saying. That's just the way it feels, because I'm thinking, I've never gotten any of these before, except for this one, which I feel like I got last year. And it's sort of like a random time of year. It wasn't even around any of the big clearance sales or anything. But anyway, so this is Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek Low Pill Fiber, and the colorway is Pumpkin Spice. Oh, God. Oh, this doesn't need... Well, yeah, it does. I was going to say, the one skein that doesn't smell like that cinnamon. No, no, it actually does kind of smell like cinnamon. But that's funny that it's called pumpkin spice, because I keep, you know, complaining about it all the time, that the smell in that store. But I do have an orange up there. Oh, no, wait. It's not that same orange. Oh, there's another orange over there. It might be this one. I have no idea. I've gotten so many scans of yarn, I can't keep track of the names of them. But I don't know. I know I got an orange last year during that, you know, oddball time. That was when they were putting the skeins of yarn, or those skeins were in the back of my store. They didn't even put them in the remnants. So that was, you know, before. And so I don't know. And so there's this. Oh, it was just a piece of sparkle from this skein. I was thinking, is it sparkly in there too? But no. So I have one of these. It might be one up there too, but I have no idea. And then this one is Yarn Bee Cozy Occasion Light Gray, and $1.24 for this, which I don't think I have a lot of that dark gray, but I don't think, I mean my niece. Wait. Oh, okay. I was looking at the counter. God, I'm like staring. What? No. I don't think I have this light gray. So she'll have. She doesn't have the light gray, so she has like all those dark grays. But again, this is one that I don't think I have gotten before. There's so much over there now, especially with all the loop yarn all over it and everything. And then Yarn Bee Pearl Spun Low Pill Fiber, and the color Gunmetal. And I don't know if I have this one. I love the color of, or that gunmetal color. I love the jewelry that has the gunmetal on it. It's like such a really nice. It's like a really deep dark gray kind of color, and I love that gunmetal color. I mean, I love black and everything, and I love grays and stuff, but like the gunmetal gray, I really love that color. And so it's like another pearl spun in that kind of color. 99 cents for that. And I do love this pearl spun. When I made up that little swatch on my EG stitch or whatever, which I'll explain something about, or when I made that little swatch out of that pearl spun or whatever, it really does create good stitch definition, this pearl spun. And then this one is another Cozy Occasion, Yarn Bee Cozy Occasion. This is the color Coffee, which I don't think she has either. So, like, see, it's like weird that another one that I've never gotten before. It just seems like like they have a checklist. Again, this is me making it up. Being really self-involved and thinking that, you know, somebody in my local store even knows who I am, and like, you know, is doing it on purpose. No, it just feels like they have a checklist, and they're thinking, okay, we put out, you know, this one, and okay, we haven't put out this one or this one or this one or this one, and we have to put those out because, you know, he's going to promote those on his YouTube channel. Again, I'm making this up. And so there's that one. And then another one of these, Baby Bee Soft and Snuggly. This is the color Clover Brook. And it has all these really light, sort of pastel greens. And maybe like some of the lighter parts of this are a little light blue, but like a very, very light blue. So like pastel green and blue. So a light color. And I didn't have this one either. That other one was like, what, frog something or other? Or I don't know what it was. Or later gator, frogs, gators, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the haul. I mean, I just cannot believe that I found all these. It's just, it's crazy to me. I'm like walking there, and then when I walked in there, again, I thought, well, there's not gonna be, or this is more laziness on my part though. I walked in there and I walked past those carts, you know, that were in the flowers and stuff, and they're usually like really full, but the store was so full of people that those carts were sort of in half, and so I sort of walked by and I thought, I don't even want to walk like a little, like halfway into the aisle to get the cart. And I thought, I'm not going to come across any yarn anyway, so I'm just going to walk over there. I was it was more laziness than anything. I didn't want to have to walk, what was it, like, 10, 20 feet or whatever just to get a cart. And so I just like walked over there, and then I saw this yarn, and I thought, oh, crap. So I should have gotten a cart. And so I just grabbed. I didn't walk over there to the carts like I did before. And then because I didn't want to risk, because it was really busy in there. I didn't want to risk somebody walking over there and getting it before I did. And there were these two women that were like, looking. I don't know why they were just kind of like on the end of the aisle where the yarn was, which is kind of close to the remnants. And just kind of like looking down there and like pointing and stuff. And I was thinking, they're like looking in at the aisles where the yarn is. They're gonna make their way over there and see this. So and it was the aisle where all like the big blanket yarn was, or like this kind of yarn. And I was thinking, they're gonna get my yarn. And so I just I had it all in my arms like this, and half the skeins were like, I just grabbed it with my fingers and stuff. And so I just grabbed it all and took it over there and put it in a cart. I thought, I'm not gonna miss out on it, or even have any kind of panic moment. The fact that I would even feel like that, like, oh my god, it's yarn that I don't even need, but you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna get it anyway. It's a good deal. So I'm not gonna put this one away yet. I'm just gonna work on that and get down to the good yarn. And I need to remember that this isn't a whole skein of this, because it's probably gonna waste maybe a quarter of it, if not a third. So anyway, so that's the yarn haul that I never expected to get. So let me get to the random stuff. I'll do this first, but because this was like the day before this, I went over to Hobby Lobby, and they had this in the remnant section, and it's like what I thought this was. It says trim, but like what it looked like, it's like black, and it has these sequins, those kind of AB kind of sequins that are really pretty, and it looks like this, and all these little pieces. And what I thought this was like this. Did the wrong thing. What I thought this might have been was like some of this yarn. I thought it was that. It kind of looked like that, but I couldn't really tell what it was because it was in a bag and they had it stapled, so I didn't, I couldn't like open it up in the store. But it sort of feels like that, like the sort of fringe. Or like the thread or whatever, what it is fringe, and with like the sequins in it. So I was thinking it was probably going to be a nightmare to like unravel this if that's what it was. And I know that they didn't have any black like this, and so I thought, oh, maybe that's what it was. But what it is like this glittery trim, and or like fringe or like whatever. And what was funny, like just doing this, it's just like it's creating, like, this is more cinnamony. This smells more like cinnamon. That's better. This smells more like cinnamon than the yarn does. I mean, it's crazy. Like, I mean, maybe just because it's flapping and like blowing it into the air, but like this smells more like cinnamon than anything. And it was in a plastic bag. So I don't know, but it's really pretty fringe. And 19 minutes. But it's real pretty fringe, the black fringe, and it has like the sequins and stuff all over it, and I love this kind of stuff. But before I just kind of thought, oh, I'm just gonna do a video and do yarn videos and stuff on my channel, and not do the whole branding stuff, because I still want to do all that, because I really I want to like do a lot of fun branding things or whatever. But when I just started on YouTube for the second time, I thought I'll just like put myself out there and not do all that, because I wasn't gonna get any clicks anyway, and I didn't want to all of the stuff I put into my branding, and like the really cool glittery mask that I made out of moldable plastic that has my logo on it, and like doing a lot of, because I love like really sparkly glittery things. And I bought something that's very similar to this, except it's one of those things that you can wear as a skirt, like it sort of wraps around, and I don't know the actual name for that thing. Oh, a headband. That's what in my last video that thing on headband. So I thought of that. No, I didn't think of that. I was in Dollar Tree yesterday, and I saw one of those things. What is that? Headband. Like an idiot. I should have known. But it's like this thing that you wrap around your waist or whatever. And I had found my niece one, and it was at one of those stores that I've talked about in one of my other videos, where they obviously like get a lot of overstock stuff, or they get stuff from those big pallets of things from like Amazon returns or Amazon stuff, or like, you know, sometimes it's like Dollar General stuff or Target stuff, or like whatever, those big pallet stores or whatever. And they had something like this fringe thing that you can put around your waist. And I thought, I wish they had a black one, because I love like really glittery things and stuff. And I thought it would be kind of funny, because like there's this whole like glitter aspect to my branding that I'll probably do more on my website than, you know, this crochet channel. But there is this whole like embrace your glitter thing, and it just, you know, whatever. And I'll talk about it more on my website, because I have some stuff to get to. But I bought a black one for myself, because I thought I could like pin it to my shirt or whatever. And like, it sort of works like this too, but it's like, it's a lot longer, and I thought it would like add some glitter. See how pretty that is. And it would match my mask, because my mask has glitter all over it, and it looks like my logo. It's like this. My mask has my logo on it. My EG logo right here, and so but it's part of my whole branding thing. But I'm probably not going to do that on my crochet channel. I may, you know, show it off in a video or something, but I don't know. But I will use this definitely, because I do have like a glittery part of my branding. I may not use it for this channel, but I'll use it for my the videos that I post on my website network. But anyway, so I did get that, and it wasn't what I wanted it to be, but I'll definitely use it, because it's all black and glittery and sparkly and stuff. But anyway, so that was just like a random thing. And then, let's see, these are just all random things from this point on. There's a local thrift store, the thrift store that I bought my Rugrats pencil box, whatever, and they, when I went in there, I looked around the whole store, but I didn't really notice this at first. But when you walk into the store, there's like this corner back in there. Like when you walk into the store, there's like the counter right here. But there's like this, you know, tiny little corner that's like in between the counter and the window. And there's like a little shelf there, but I didn't really notice what was on it. And what it is like their little artisan corner, and they have a little sign there. I saw on their Facebook page, but they do have it's like literally called their artisan corner, and there's like some empty shelves and stuff, and there's a couple things on the shelves, and it looks like little tiny amigurumis and like handmade, and some jewelry that's hanging from a little rack, and you can like consign stuff in there, and I'm just thinking, maybe that would be like a good option to, like, you know, put some of my crochet like locally. But like part of me feels like I should do it like, you know, EG is my name, but it's like my initials, and so that's what I go by. But like, you know, I feel like I should, if I put my name on that stuff in that store, I should put like my full name, so that it's not associated with my YouTube channel. Because I'm just thinking, if people, like the people that are going to watch that shelf are the ones that have their stuff on it, and there's like, you know, obviously a crocheter around here that's like selling those little amigurumi, and I'm thinking that crocheter, if they, you know, find out, you know, oh, the stuff that's on the second shelf is like, you know, from some other crocheter. Who is this person? Oh, and they have like their website or their logo or whatever, and then they look it up, and then they see me with all these yarn hauls and like buying all the yarn, and they're gonna think, oh, there's that you know what I'm saying? There's that person getting all the yarn. No wonder my Hobby Lobby doesn't have any clearance yarn. They're gonna, like, you know, they're gonna know who I am and know, like, I'm the one that keeps getting all the yarn. But or they you know, they see videos on YouTube, and people have, like, you know, clearance scans in their Hobby Lobby. Mine just sucks. It never has any yarn. You know, that's because, you know, I'm the one that's buying it all, and they're gonna know exactly who I am. So I don't know. So I feel like if I do put anything in that store, I don't know what it would be. It would have to be like, as, you know, my full name, or one that's not associated with my YouTube channel and stuff like that. So I don't know, just to, you know, avoid any kind of awkward situation where they're like waiting for me to come in to get my, you know, $3 or whatever that you know, from my commission money, and they're thinking, oh, there you are. Like, I don't know, I have no idea, but I'm just getting paranoid. But anyway, so that's just a possibility of like putting. There's an art store downtown in my town too that has like artsy stuff in it, and it's more like full of all kinds of like random things. This is just like a thrift store that has a little artisan section, and I would feel more comfortable putting stuff there than I would in that like big art store, and because there's a lot of really nice stuff in there, but they're all like, you're sort of like competing with everybody in that store. But like, you know, if I put it in this little tiny thrift store that, you know, just open and stuff, it might be kind kind of cool to where it's not like completely devoted to handmade stuff. It's like, you know, people that are you know, going through there and you know, looking at other things are gonna like, oh, this is kind of pretty, this bookmark is really pretty, or like what, and they may, you know, be tempted to buy that there instead of like going to a very specific store and seeing, you know, all the handmade stuff. It might, you know, set me apart from all the other like local people. But I don't know. But then at the same time, the people that, you know, go into a thrift store don't want to spend, you know, $20 on a bookmark, but not that I would price it at that, you know, locally. But I mean, because I wouldn't have to pay, you wouldn't have to pay for shipping or anything. But it might be better to put it in the art store. But I feel like I don't want to, like, I don't want to. And like the local art store, you know, they sometimes they post pictures on their Facebook page or something with like the stuff in the store, like with the artist and the frame, and I don't want my, you know, big ass man, like, you know, smiling, and then, you know, they think, oh, there's that guy that's on YouTube or whatever and selling his stuff and getting all the yarn. I just feel like I have a YouTube channel and stuff, but I don't want to be like, you know, locally known. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Because I want to be able to go into Hobby Lobby without people thinking, oh, there he is, he's probably going to go over there and get all the yarn. I better hurry up and run over there and get it. You know, I just want to, like, you know, I don't want to draw any attention to myself locally. I like to just, you know, be completely invisible to people. But anyway, so another thing, Michael's yarn. No, I went into Michael's and I didn't buy any yarn or anything, but when I was looking through the yarn, they had these like it was sort of random, like a couple skeins. You know, some of the acrylic, some of the blanket looking yarn, all that. They a couple of the cakes. They had these stickers over the price, and what it was it looks like a little box with all these check mark areas, or like I didn't read it very closely, but there was a big C drawn on with a Sharpie. And so I thought, does that C represent clearance? Is it going to be clearanced? And so I took a couple of I took the cake. I'm sorry. it's still that drainage and stuff. Like, it's been like a week since I cut the grass, and that's how much it affects my sinuses. It's irritating as hell. And I mean, I'm fine, but you know what I'm saying. It's so irritating, and the drainage and everything. And I'm sorry if it's like and I keep like, it like goes down my throat and everything. And it's like, you know, irritating my throat, and I have to cough. But so I'm sorry about that. But anyway, so but I saw those stickers in Michael's over some of those things, and I took one of the cakes and one of those like big blanket yarns, whatever, up to the register to get a price check. And what sucked is one of the girls that was up there, or women, like probably early 20s. She was up there at the register, and the one that had the keychain that I gave her, and she was kind of like smiling, probably just because it was me. But then I was thinking in my head, she's probably excited because she thinks I'm going to buy this yarn. But then I was just getting a price check. I mean, she was nice, but I'm just saying that's what I projected onto her. She's probably like, oh, we're going to get 2 sales today, and oh, he's just doing a price check, and he's not going to buy it because it's not clearance. I know it because, you know, that C is my initial, or I have no idea if it was. But when I looked at the sticker, when it was it rang up full price, I think they were $12.99 or something, and I thought, I'm not going to buy it for that. I took it back to the back of the store, and then I looked at the little sticker, and it said like inspected by or checked by, or like whatever the hell it was. The C must have been, you know, whoever's initial that was, and so it had nothing to do with clearance or anything. So I don't even know why that was there. I've never seen that before. But so they didn't have any clearance yarn, but they didn't have that. But it was just like inspected, or I have no idea. And then the second day I went to Michael's. I did notice in the clearance stuff that all those skeins of the soft yarn, that the multicolored yarn and the burgundy or whatever, that was gone. So somebody bought that. Whoever, you know, hid it under that toolbox thing or whatever, that was gone. But I noticed that the second day I went in there, the aisle, see, in my Michaels, they have like the one aisle, like on both, where yarn's on both sides, and then they have like another half aisle, like on one side. And then I forget exactly what. It's weird that I don't remember what was on there, but I don't remember what was on the other side of that aisle, because might have been the hooks and the knitting needles and all that stuff, or is that, it might be on the other side. No, I guess it was that aisle was all the hooks and knitting needles and all that kind of stuff. Like that half of the aisle, it was completely clear, and so they're obviously like moving stuff around, and I'm going to be putting the fabric out. But I still don't know where the hell they're going to put the fabric in that store, because it's sort of like a micro version of Michael's. It's like they cut the store that was there before in half, and so it feels like this tiny little store. And unless they get rid of like 3 or 4 aisles, I don't know where they're going to put the fabric. Unless they're just going to have like a little half aisle, but I don't know where they're going to put the hooks and all that stuff that was there before. But so that shelf was completely clear. And, hopefully, I would have the hope that that's going to be filled with yarn, but I seriously don't. I think they're just probably moving stuff around to make room for the fabric, but I don't know. And then, just another random thing. I was thinking about my whole EG Stitch thing, and I popped into one of Shell's lives the other day, or 2 days ago, or it doesn't matter. By the time it's like August 9th at this point. By the time this comes out, it's probably going to be, the middle of September, if not near the end of September, so it doesn't matter. So the other day is probably like 2 months for you. I popped into one of her lives, and Hexenwig, who I realized was somebody that subscribed to me, probably through Shell, because she recommends people to my channel all the time. But he was on there, and he was asking about my EG Stitch, like when I'm going to be posting the tutorial and all that. And part of me, like I've said in my videos, a part of me wants to, in a very selfish way, wants to keep it for myself for as long as possible, because I'm so proud of it. And like I've said, it's probably going to turn out where that stitch, I might have just like stumbled upon a stitch that has existed for decades or whatever, or centuries or whatever. It's probably one that I just happened to stumble upon, and it has like 5s and 7s in it because of the whole EG thing, and it just happened to work up. Like I just happened to discover a stitch that might have existed previously, but it's always going to be my stitch. And if I post a tutorial and you say, "Oh, that's the whatever kind of stitch from the 1800s," don't tell me what it is, because I always want to believe that I made it up, because I did. But I am going to do the tutorial. But like part of me is sort of like, and I used like Buffy as a reference. That scene where Willow was talking to Tara and stuff, and saying that she wants their relationship to just be like mine for a little bit longer. She didn't want to like share Tara with her friends. She wanted their relationship just to be theirs. It sort of feels like that. I'm so proud of that stitch. What I'm looking at is my blankets over there on my rack. I'm so proud of that stitch. I just want to like keep it for myself just a little bit longer. And I like already sort of put it out there. I made Shell's cowl out of it and everything, and so it's sort of like out into the world. But I just want to keep it a little bit longer. And but I realized I'm like sort of, not that there's like millions of people watching this. I'm just saying I know I'm like building this like building anticipation, and it's probably gonna be like really disappointing. As you're gonna be like, oh, that's all it is. But to me, it was a really big deal, because if you could see all the mess of this, just all this crap where I was trying to figure out and to make my own stitch, over the past few months or a year, it was just like just clumped up messes, and like it wasn't laying right, or like all just knotted up. Just trying to like work 5s and 7s in it because of the whole like EG thing, and then when I finally nailed it, I was just like, I was so excited, and I wish I could put the video. I was like, I was cussing. I was like, I can't believe it, or what. And because I filmed myself doing it so I wouldn't forget. And I mean, once I figured it out, then I'm filming myself from my home movies. I just couldn't believe it that it actually worked. But so what I wanted to do was just kind of like wait a little bit longer and just enjoy it being mine. But I know that it's going to be like this, probably a letdown. Like, oh, that's all it was. It's just like, because like it's there's sort of a Tunisian crochet element to it, and there's the way the 5s and 7s and all that stuff works, and or it's not really Tunisian, but like what I've seen of Tunisian crochet, it kind of reminds me of like Tunisian crochet in a way. There's like an element of it in it, but I'm just so proud of it, and so I am going to do the tutorial and everything. But like part of me now that I'm like just earlier I got 851 subscribers, and I've reached 4,000 watch hours. So because like to monetize your channel, like with supers, and which I'm gonna get to, I can't believe I got my first one, and I'm gonna call them. I mean, I'm gonna shout them out at the end. But to like get the supers and the memberships and stuff, you have to have 500 subscribers and then 3,000 watch hours. And so I reached that level, and I went through the agonizing process of trying to get monetized, which I still haven't done in a video yet, or like in a proper video yet. The footage that I've filmed before, all the mess that was. But I did get that level, and I can open up memberships, but I don't know if I will. And then but I can get supers, and I'm not saying this to like give me one. Don't. That's not what I'm doing. But I'm just saying I'll reach that level, and then the next level to get like the ad revenue from the ads that YouTube puts on your channel or your videos. You have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, and I've reached the 4,000 watch hours, but I'm at 851 subscribers. So I just feel like if I'm sort of on this trajectory of like I can actually see myself, because I have like 10 or 12 videos already in the and I get like a couple subscribers per video, or some of them. Like the last video that I was getting a lot of subscribers on was the one where I was like expanding my niece's tower, and like there was one where I had to like increase the audio and all this. I'm thinking, how did I get like 12 more subscribers from that video? It's weird how some videos take off and others don't. I'll put out a video where I'm like, everything else I crocheted in my first year, and it gets like 200 views. And then I'll put out like this one where I'm like sort of scattered all over the place and like organizing, or like putting yarn away and like organizing or expanding my niece's tower. And it gets like at this point it's like over 700 views. And I don't know why one video takes off and one doesn't, but I have no idea. Not that having 200 views isn't a big deal. It's a really big deal if you take into consideration. If you take into consideration what my views were like the last time I was on YouTube, if you could even count all the numbers of all the times, it was 0. But anyway, I'm not just saying that wasn't a big thing, but you know what I'm saying. But I feel like because I'm on this trajectory where I can actually see myself reaching that 1,000 subscriber thing. Although I feel like I'm putting the cart before the horse, or whatever you call it, or I feel like I'm watch me like not get to that point. But I feel like I might be able to get to that point. And so I just feel like 19 minutes. But I just feel like if I can get to that point and I can make money from the ads that YouTube puts on my videos, I know that my stitch tutorial will get a lot of views, and I'm not saying it's going to get thousands of views. I'm just saying like it'll get like it'll be comparable to some of my best videos probably. And so I feel like I want to wait until I get to that level, because if YouTube is going to make money from the ads they put on my tutorial, I want a cut of that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this to say I'm putting it off, because like I hate for this to come off like the people that have subscribed to my channel and commented and stuff and made it the success that it is to me. I don't want it to feel like I'm depriving like it's some big deal. I don't mean it to sound like I'm doing it for the subscribers to come, and I'm like that all of you that have subscribed up to this point don't matter or something, or that I hate for it to feel like that. I wish that I could put the tutorial out just for the original subscribers or whatever, or like put it out in the where you can see it in the sequence of like when you unsubscribe. But I don't know. But I just feel like if YouTube is going to be making ad or money from the ads on my tutorial video, I want a cut of that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. So I feel like I'm going to wait until I get 1,000 subscribers. If it gets to the point where I'm like stagnant and it's like 851 and it's just going to stay that way, I would be happy with it, because I can't believe I even got more than one. But if it gets to the point where no matter how many videos I put out, I'm still not gaining subscribers and stuff, I'll put the tutorial out. But I'm just saying, if the fact that I'm getting more subscribers every video that I post, I just feel like I feel like I'm on this trajectory to get to 1,000. So when I reach that, and I hate to like put this out before I get this. Of course, this is going to be coming out in a month and a half probably. I don't mean to put this out so that you'll subscribe. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying I don't want it to be like, oh, subscribe, because otherwise you're not going to see the tutorial. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want it to seem like that, but I just feel like if they're going to make money, I want some of that money from the ads that they're going to put on my video. So that's what I'm going to do. Wait until I get 1,000 subscribers, and that'll be like a good gauge. And then by that time, I'll have my stuff on my website where people can buy it and everything that's on my crochet, and I'll be able to, like, you know, maybe put some more stuff out there into the world before the stitch comes, the tutorial comes out. But what's unique about the stitch, what I will say, is it's basically like you're doing the same stitch every single time. It's not like you know the different rows change or whatever. You do the same stitch. It's just depending, like, where you put it the first time in the first row is unique, and then the rest of that first row is you put it in a certain spot, and then when you get to the second row, you do that same. It's the same exact stitch over and over and over and over. There's not like any extra change in between when you switch the rows. It's basically the same stitch every single time. It's just like figuring out where to put it, and like on the second row, like figuring out where to put it. But like once you get to that point, it's just the same stitch over and over and over. That's why it's just it baffled me that I came up with it, and it actually lays right and is perfect and even, and because it's just, I'm just really proud of it. That's all. So and so I wanted to I want the video to be as successful as possible, because I want to show it off. Even if you know, I do get 300 comments saying, read the famous, I don't know the crochet books, but like the famous crochet stitch encyclopedia or whatever. It's on page 1. Like it may be one that already existed. I don't know, but I'm always going to believe that I made it up, because I did. And it has my 5 and 7 in it. The EG thing, and so you know what I'm saying. Do you? It feels like all I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying. That's another thing that I've noticed that I keep saying over and over again. Anyway, so this is on to the next thing. The scrunchie that, and I'll put the video in this video too, but the scrunchie that I made for my mom to give this little girl that she knows from work. The granddaughter of one of her customers. She came up there, and she's like this sweet little girl, and she orders for her grandmother or whatever, who stays in the car. And my mom said that the girl is probably like around my niece's age, and so she's like this really sweet little girl. And my mom said that she wanted to like give her something before she started back to school, like a little, cause like I made my mom that green scrunchie, and she said, oh, I wish that you could make one for that little girl, because she has like really long hair, and she probably loved like a little scrunchie. And so I used that purple, this purple, you probably can't even see it. It's the purple Bernat crushed velvet. I'd pull it out, but it's still stuffed in there. I used that Bernat crushed velvet, and I made a really pretty scrunchie, and so I made that scrunchie for that little girl, and my mom didn't know if she was going to come back up there, but she was hoping that she would see her again. And so the other day, or yesterday, or whenever it was, the day before yesterday, it doesn't matter. The girl came up, and my mom got to give her the scrunchie or whatever, and it was like really perfect too. It's sort of that where I don't know what I said. Oh, the girl, or the woman that my mom knows that. It was more of a personal story. It was in my video where I was showing everything I crocheted in my first year, and I made some woman a bookmark, and for personal reasons. And so I gave it to my mom to give to that woman, and it turns out like that woman knows how to crochet, and so it was kind of like the perfect gift. And there was like a lot of meaning behind that bookmark, but it's more of a personal story. So it was kind of like that sort of situation where my mom gave that sweet little girl the scrunchie that I made, and it turned out that the little girl knows how to crochet, and so like her favorite color was purple, and she was like really excited about it, and so she just loved it. My mom just loved giving that little girl that little scrunchie, and so it was just like really sweet. And my mom said that. Or my mom had on her phone a picture of my my yarn wall, and she said, oh, my son made it, and like this is how much yarn he has, and she was like freaking out. She's like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. Like she just loved looking at the yarn wall, and then when my mom said that she crocheted, she texted me and said that that girl was just up there, and she got the scrunchie, and she loved it and everything, that she knows how to crochet. But I told my mom, wouldn't it be neat if that we connected that girl with my niece, and then my niece with the other girl that she knows that knows how to crochet. And they all got on their iPads and phones or whatever together, and they created like their little weekly crochet club or whatever. I just thought that was kind of that'd be kind of a funny thing to think about. But it was just, it all worked out. It was so perfect that she, you know, knew how to crochet, and she loved it. The scrunchie was her favorite color and everything. But anyway, so I was glad that that girl came back up there. And then let's see, but this is just on to that next thing. I went to Dollar Tree yesterday, and I noticed that first of all, their prices are starting to change. I'd seen it on the internet, and that some people's Dollar Trees were going up on the prices, and they were putting like red stickers over the $1.25 prices on things, and some things are going to be $1.50 now, or $1.75, or like what, just random prices. And so I knew that was probably coming, and so that they did do that in my store. But the previous time I was in Dollar Tree, it looked like they were moving stuff around. And but what I noticed now that everything's where it's supposed to go, it sort of feels like they did it to intentionally mix everything up, so that because like before they had all the higher price stuff in its own aisle, or like own, you know, couple aisles, and now it's like sort of mixed through the store, even though it doesn't really make any sense. It just feels like they did that intentionally, so that, like, you know, when you look down this aisle, you think, oh, this is really nice. This is only $1.25, and then you turn it, oh, this is really pretty too, and then you put it in there. But the stuff over here, there's some like $5 stuff right here, or there's like, you know, $1.50 here, or it just feels like they intentionally just, you know, mixed everything up so that you will, like, the people that are cheap won't just don't have the opportunity to avoid those expensive aisles. And so that kind of sucked, that they just mixed everything up, and in sort of a haphazard way too, because it doesn't really make any sense. There's like the food aisles over here, to the, like when you're looking at my store, there's like food aisles over here, but now there's like a food aisle up at the front, and then like there's an aisle here that has like some craft stuff, but then on the other side is like, it's not really, it doesn't really match that, or it just looks like it's so just scattered all over the place. And it's never busy in there anyway, ever since they raised the prices to $1.25. But you know, then I feel like I'm really like an old person walking through there going, there's another quarter? Like, I don't know, it just feels like complaining about, you know, going from $1.25 to $1.50, but that's a lot of money, especially to a cheap person like me. I was cheap before I turned 40 or whatever, but I still joked to my mom when we were walking through there, like, oh God, I feel like, you know, I really feel like an old person now, because I'm, you know, saying, look, another quarter for every $1.25 you spend. Like, I don't know, but it just kind of sucked how everything was all mixed up and everything, and I had to, you know, figure out where the yarn was and stuff, and it was just all mixed up. And then inexplicably, like like I go down the toy aisle, because I like, you know, nostalgic things, and they do have little Power Rangers. They don't have the Yellow Ranger, which really pisses me off. I don't know the reason why they never have the Yellow Ranger, but whatever. This is probably a video from my website network, but like I'd gotten those little Power Ranger things. They're these little tiny figurines at Dollar Tree, but because they never have the Yellow Ranger, it's like they don't even make the Yellow Ranger. I had to I saw somebody on Reddit take the Red Ranger and repaint it as yellow, and so I did that, even though it's not perfect. But I had to do that just to have the, you know, the little Yellow Ranger. Like, why the hell don't they have the Yellow Ranger? It's like consistently, like they hardly ever make the Yellow Ranger. But it's weird. I have no idea why. But I could see, like, the thought process probably thinking, oh, it's probably gonna be little boys, and they're not gonna want to play with, you know, little girl Power Ranger. Is that why? Just because of the gender? But they have the Pink Ranger, so why don't they have the yellow? I don't know. It's just stupid. And so but I go down the toy aisle just to see if they have any kind of, and I've gotten like some little plushy things that were Power Ranger related, and I've gotten like some like Ren and Stimpy and like the little Nickelodeon. They have like some neat little toys down there for, you know, nostalgic people like me. But but I went down the toy aisle, and so what was weird is it's the same aisle, but like all the toys that were on this side are now on this side, and then like the ones that were down at the bottom, it's like they took the aisle here and they just, like, you know, oh, that's probably what they did. No, they probably wouldn't have done that, but like, it feels like they took this aisle over here and then they just like flipped it around like this. And so like all the toys that were down there are like, you know what I'm saying? It's like intentionally, I know that people that are in retail and stuff, that they probably do that often. I've seen videos of people, like, you know, with their stores and stuff, and they intentionally kind of move stuff around because you notice things that you didn't notice before. But still, it just sort of feels like they're doing that so that they can mix all the expensive stuff in with the cheaper stuff, and so that just kind of sucks because it's not all separated out like before. Not that I didn't go down the expensive aisle, but you know, now the good thing that about this is just a tangent, it doesn't matter, that's what this whole video is practically. The good thing about what the Dollar Tree used to be, or dollar stores in general, is you could go in there and you wouldn't have to think about the prices. You could just like think, oh, that's kind of cool, I'll just put that in there. But then when they started to add like more expensive stuff and like mixed in with the dollar stuff, now you have to like really, you think, you just want to, the people that go through a dollar store just want to, like, you think, oh, that's kind of cool. And then, you know, of course, by the time you get up to the register, you have to spend like $27, and you think, oh crap, I thought it was in a dollar store, but I did get 27, thanks. But you know, that's like was the appeal of the dollar store. But you accidentally, you know, end up spending your $20 or $30 because you just think, well, it's only $1, $1. But then now they're starting to get more expensive stuff in. You know, that fun is not there anymore. And I mean, it's neat that they have, like, the more expensive things are kind of cool, but at the same time, it takes a little bit of the fun out of it, because you're not just like thinking, oh, that's kind of cool, that's kind of cool. Now you're thinking, okay, that's kind of cool. It's sort of like, you know, Goodwill. You pick up something, but then you think, okay, wait, is this $1.25 or is this $1.50 or is this one of the $5 things or $3 things? It sort of takes you out of the fun of just like just going in there and just like buying mindlessly, just a bunch of crap that you don't need. But it sort of feels like, or like when I said Goodwill, it's like you used to be able to go into Goodwill and you'd check the prices of stuff, but for the most part you think, oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, that's probably only a couple of dollars, but unless it was like a big thing. But like for the most part, it was just kind of like you could kind of mindlessly go through Goodwill, and now it's like, oh, you don't want to do that now, because you know, you pick up something and then you'll look at it and you think, holy crap, this is like $27.99, and it's all it is a figurine. Or like my mom likes to look at the purses and stuff, but now she has to really look at the prices, because you know, some of those purses are like, you know, $100 or whatever in a freaking thrift store. So and they have even more expensive ones in the glass cases. So you know, having all the expensive stuff mixed in with a bunch of cheap crap, it kind of sucks that you can't just, like, you know, have fun mindlessly, you know, buying a bunch of stuff. If anything, you would buy more stuff if it was cheap. If you knew that everything was cheap, you would probably end up buying more stuff than you would otherwise, because you know, now that you have to pay attention to all the prices and add it up in your head, then it's like, oh, well, I'm not going to get that because I may find something else on the other store, and you know, I don't want to spend, you know, $35 in this store. Or like in Dollar Tree too. You can't even go through there now. Like, there have been so many times where I've gone in there by myself, gone in there with my mom, where we have ended up at the register and thought, holy crap, we spent like $25 on all this stuff, because you know, we would go through there. It was be like, even when it was just $1.25, or even when it went up to $1.25, it was still like, okay, well, $1.25, $1.25. But now there's all this expensive stuff, and expensive for, you know, cheap people like me. But I'm just saying, now it's like, oh crap, you don't want to just like throw stuff in your cart now. You have to kind of add it up in your head, and that's going to make you not buy as much stuff, because you're going to, you know exactly what it's going to be at the register. You're not going to be surprised that it's going to be $30. You're going to think, oh, this is going to be $30, and so I'm going to put this back, or like, you know what I'm saying. So anyway, all that to say, God, when I went into Dollar Tree, you know, I noticed that everything was all, you know, mixed up and everything. I went over to where the yarn was, and I did notice that and I'll put the little video in. It's all messed up, or like, you know, all shaky and stuff. I'm not going to sit there and like, you know, film a video and I have to like turn my phone like this, and even then it's not widescreen. I have to like film like this, and I'm never going to be the type of person that's going to, the fact that I'm even filming a little clip in a store at all is like a big deal, but I'm never going to be like, oh, here I am, like, you know, facing me. Here I am in Dollar Tree, I'm in down the craft aisle. This is where the yarn is. And look, they have this like really pretty yarn. Look at this. Oh, and I bet you could make a lot of stuff with it. I'm never going to do that in the store. I'll, like, you know, film little clips or whatever, you know, before an employee catches me or whatever and says, oh, you can't film in here, sir. I'll film little tiny clips or whatever to put in a video, but like, I'm going to explain what I'm looking at in an actual video at home, not in the store. So they had the yarn, or whatever. It was the same kind of like chenille yarn from Premier, and I haven't seen those big skeins in there for a long time. I don't know if it's just something they don't get very often or what. But they only have like a couple of the solid colors. But I did notice that they have a little box up there at the top of the shelf that has little skeins of cotton, and I'm not going to get that. But I'm just saying, if you love cotton, I guess they do. They're starting to get little skeins of cotton in the Dollar Tree. But anyway, $1.25, I guess it is, or $1.50. I have no idea. But they do have little skeins of cotton, just like some solid colors. And then one thing I want to do, and I should have done this on camera and just like done it and just not even address it, because I don't want to bring too much attention to it. But these skeins of yarn over here, they keep talking about, the 6 colors or whatever, and how there's some kind of significance and whatever, and it's not crochet related, but like there's some kind of significance to the colors. And then the bookmark that I made with the specific colors. What I want to do is, because I want to make a lot more of the bookmarks with this yarn, but I don't want to feel like, I don't want to use this yarn because I want to keep it in the shop. So what I was thinking of doing is like taking that yarn and making, like, I did a little chain of the orange, just to see. And I was thinking there's my logo tapestry right here, and it's on this wooden dowel, which you might not even be able to see. It's on a wooden dowel. I crocheted it onto a wooden dowel, and there's like a piece here, and then there's a piece here. And I thought what I could do, just to have a permanent representation of these colors in this room, is make one of the orange, red, gray, and then green, blue, gold, and hang them here on my little logo tapestry. Right next to, like, the first 3 here, and then the last 3 here. So I might do that. So I did do like this. That's sort of like crochet related, and but I don't know if I'll do that or not. But I just wanted to sort of just kind of randomly say that, and not really address why, because it's something for if you follow my all my creative interests and stuff, you'll find out what that means in the future. But anyway, so I could like sit here and pull this off, but I feel like I might do that off camera. What I want to do is let me just do the shout out. Vicky3232 or Vicky3232 gave me my first super thanks, and I just can't believe it. $6.99 Canadian, and I could not believe it. And then when I figured out what it was for the conversion, I think it's like around $5 a US. And then I know that there's a fly in here. I know that YouTube will take 30%, but I thought, like, I sort of jokingly say, I'm going to make 11 cents from my channel, but even that's more than 11 cents. Even after like the fees and the conversion and all that stuff, I just thought I made more than 11 cents. Like I cannot believe that somebody did that. I mean, it like completely shocked me that anybody, like, I know I opened up the whole supers and all that stuff, and I swear to God, I'm not saying this so that you'll give me some. Please don't. Like, only if you want to. I'm not like going to deny you being able to do that, but just know that I'm not going to ask you for to do that. But it was just like, I was so appreciative and grateful that somebody did that. I just couldn't believe it. But I did open it up when I got to that level. But I didn't think, like, I don't even know how to do that. Like, on my end, like, for somebody else's channel, I don't even know how to, I didn't even know what a super thanks was. I've heard of super chats because I've watched, like, live videos, mostly, like, reactors and stuff. I've watched live videos, and then people say, oh, thanks for the super chat. I've heard that in live videos, but, like, I didn't even know what a super thanks was. And, but I guess you can, like, give people money in their comments under their videos and stuff. It was like, and to show you how, like, ignorant I was, and how just need to fly around the microphone. To show you how ignorant I was, and I had no idea what it was. When I went into my community tab to, like, see if I had any comments on my videos to reply to, there was her comment, Vicky3232, and it was sort of like in this kind of aqua blue, and like it had the little like round thing like next to her name, where the comment was, and stupidly I thought, how did she do that? How did I wanted to do that. I was thinking that is really cool. I wish I could do that. Like make some kind of thing. Like I know I can make an emoji, but I loved how there was like this little bar there was like all colorful. Like, is there some way I could do that? I had no idea what it was, and then I looked at it more closely, and I thought, oh, it's a $sign. It's like it's a super thanks or whatever. I was so stupid. I was thinking, I thought it was like some like a little thing you could put on like in a comment, like almost like an emoji or whatever. I had no idea it was a freaking super thanks or whatever. I thought how stupid, but it was just like I could not believe it, because it didn't register in my head that like somebody would give me money at this point. So I never even thought it was money. I just thought it was like something really cool, but that she could, you know, add to her comment and like make like on my end it kind of highlights the whole comment in like this like sort of light aqua blue or whatever, the color of this skein of yarn. I have this here for a sec, for a reason. But and I thought, like, how did she do that? And yeah, just because the whole super thanks thing. But I thought, God. But I just wanted to like shout her out in this video, because it took me by such a surprise. I did not expect it, and I was just like so thankful and appreciative. I cannot believe that all my like random videos and stuff, and I'm just talking about yarn or whatever, and going all over the place and scatterbrain all this, and you're like, you gave me like and especially now with like the economy and stuff, and you know what's going on in the world, and you know, inflation and everything, and to give me like some of your money, I could not believe it. I was just so, I just know that I'm so thankful and grateful, and or for anything that anybody wants to give me, even if it's just like a random comment. I appreciate every single way that you support me. Whether it's going to be from money or whether it's going to be from the comments and stuff, just know that any of this, I appreciate all of this so much. But I just had to call her out. I had to shout her. See, I keep messing it up. I had to shout her out because I could not believe it. It was just such a wonderful, amazing surprise. So anyway, what I thought I would do, I'm only going to do this for her. I would love to do this for every single person that do this, but I'm already anticipating that this is going to be the only one that's ever going to do this. But so know that like I'm not going to do this for every single person. If I get, you know, more super thanks, which I cannot believe I even got one. But I'm just saying. I'm only going to do this just to honor the first time I got like money on YouTube. It's just, I wanted to do something to kind of honor that. So what I thought I would do, I found a yarn. See, this I do like excessive, ridiculous, creative things all the time. But I had this yarn. It's like the Premier Basics. I'm using it for that Pride stuff. That's still haven't finished yet. But it's the aqua color, I think. This is the same kind of color as that little, it looked like an oblong pill or something, like a little thing that had the money amount in it. And it was the same kind of like sort of a lighter background of the comment on my end. And so what I thought I would do to honor, you know, Vicky3232, you know, the whole 32 thing. What I thought I would do is, and one thing I got at Dollar Tree yesterday was these pastel pipe cleaners, or chenille stems, excuse me, pipe cleaners, you know what I'm saying? And I thought what I could do is, I got these for something else, something creative, not yarn related or anything, but I thought what I would do is make a little V, like with this yarn, and then with one of these, and like wrap it around a pipe cleaner, and like hang it here on my my shelf thing with my Joanne skeins, the little bag hangers or keychains or whatever it is. So that's what I thought I would do, just to honor the first time I ever got money from somebody on YouTube, and money from YouTube in general. That's how appreciative I am, and I could not believe it. And so I just wanted to kind of honor this, you know, like big moment or whatever, just to be able to like make any kind of money from something crochet related, and through YouTube and all that stuff. So that's what I wanted to do. I'm gonna make it's 18 minutes, hang on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crochet I'm going to chain 32, and then I'm going to do 32 single crochets. I'll probably have to put like 2 in the last one, because you know when you chain 32 you make 31 stitches. So I'm going to chain 32, and I'm going to do 32 single crochets, and then wrap it around. I'm probably going to pick I don't know if this one is better or this blue. This one right here. I think the color matches or whatever. So I'm gonna make the little row, and then I'm gonna wrap it around there, and then like, you know, bend it into the shape of a V, and so that I can, you know, hang it there, and to honor, you know, Vicky3232, and the first person that, you know, gave me a super thanks or whatever. And so I'll always remember that, and have like something to honor it on my wall. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm not going to cut this out like I did, because I want people to know that I made 32. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay, so I chained 32. Chain 32. See, I'm getting a lisp now. God. Chain 32, and I'm not going to do a row of a single crochet, and so that'll be, and I'll make sure I do 2 in this last thing just to make it 32. And so and then I'll shape it into a V. And but I just wanted to. I felt bad that I didn't finish that thing that. Like when my channel started to take off, I mean, like I said, take off for me. I mean, I know that there are people that have channels that take off, like, in some viral way. But like for me, it was like, it sort of felt like it was going viral because I was, getting so many subscribers all at once. I wanted to do that thing where I made a little thing to represent every single subscriber, but that was like before I had gotten a couple hundred, and they were just like coming in so fast at the beginning of it, and so I didn't get a chance to make all those little things for all of my subscribers, but I shared that in a video because I wanted you to know that I had the intention to do that, but just know that if I if I didn't spend so much time looking for clearance yarn in Hobby Lobby or whatever, I would probably be able to have the time to make a little tiny swatch or whatever, and make a little decorative hanging thing or whatever to represent every single one of my subscribers. But I keep getting subscribers all the time, but just know that I do appreciate every single one of them. And but to go from like being a subscriber to somebody that like gives me money just for my ridiculous videos. I mean, I knew that I could probably start making money from the ad revenue once it reached 1,000 subscribers. But like, for like one of my subscribers to like actually be the one to give me the money. I mean, it'd be one thing to like take money from like an ad, but like to get it directly from somebody and like with nothing in return other than my ridiculous videos. That's why I wanted to like do something really special just to honor that, and because that meant a lot. I can't believe, because like I always thought that I'll make money, but like I still feel weird about opening up memberships and stuff. I don't even want to do that because I just feel like I want people to be able, like, if you're going to give me money, I want you to have like a physical product or something, or like one of my books, or something I crocheted or whatever. But to feel like all I did was make a video and then you give me money, I was so blown away and just so surprised and appreciative. I just wanted to kind of honor this moment. So, all right, I made the little thing with the single crochet. So let me tie that off, and then I'll try to wrap it around. Let's see here. And what I'll do is I'll kind of put the pipe cleaner through this loop down at the bottom that I put 2 in, but it doesn't matter. And then maybe kind of wrap this around like that. And then maybe I should put it in every couple stitches just to make sure. Let's see. Now I'm like sewing with pipe cleaners. So that's what it sort of feels like doing that. I should have like done a test piece because I don't know what this is going to turn out like, but I wanted to do it all on camera so that Vicky would know that I did it and appreciate her so much for doing what she did. And not just the money, just the idea of it. I mean, just so appreciative. So, let's see. Is this pipe cleaner? Yeah, I was going to say, is this pipe cleaner even going to be big enough? But it is. I may have to trim off a little piece of it, though. It's so weird. So it does feel like I'm sewing with pipe cleaners. All right, I'll put this at the very end. And if you're not Vicky, then you're probably not watching this. But hopefully you'll watch this, because you know, I want you to know how much I appreciated her. Okay, so that's on the little pipe cleaner. It's not perfect, but you know, whatever. Just supposed to be represented. Oh, and let me twist this around the end of it. Okay. Trim the little excess off, I guess. Alright. And then, let's see. It's so not perfect, but whatever. Let me pull this through this other side if I can. I may have to get my needle out to do that, but just wanted to make the little V. Maybe I could double this up. I should have used 2 pipe cleaners. Maybe I can double it up like that. No, it would be like really small. I don't want to make your V too small, Vicky. Although it does kind of work better that way. Well, you'll know that I did the 32 stitches. Let me kind of like twist this around the way I do pipe cleaners. That might work a little bit better. Add some stability to it to make it into a V. Yeah, I think that works better. And then a little V for Vicky 3232. Let me get my needle. Oh, this is I want to do a video where I show like all my little like gadgety things, and like go through this Lucy hook bag, and show you all the kind of hooks and all that kind of stuff I have, and this is the neat little thing I found on Amazon. It has my needles in it. Because what I used before was like it was a crayon box from Dollar Tree, and it was like this a plastic one that I put like some foam in the bottom of it, and I was like stick my needles in the foam. It was really neat, but it was just I thought it would be better to use one of these, and so I got one of these on Amazon eventually. But that's the way I cheaped out and just didn't want to buy one of these before. But yeah, put this here. I wish I knew. So I need to shout out the person that taught me that trick where you can thread a needle really quick with the yarn. I forget who that was, but I have it written down somewhere for in a future video. Okay, pull that through there. Okay, make a little loop or a little hanger thing. And then I'll go back through here to knot it. Okay, and then I'll weave in the little ends. A little V for Vicky 3232. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You have no idea how just I don't know. I probably said it enough, but there's just no there's no way I can say it enough. Just how appreciative I was, and how just blown away that somebody did that. I just can't believe it. Because it already feels kind of awkward to like accept all the praise and stuff people give me for my ridiculous videos, and I know it's getting kind of sickening. It sort of feels like, I hate to like, I don't mean to like call it, I don't really know a lot of Taylor Swift songs or anything, but it sort of feels like that. Like she seems like a really genuine person, but like when she was getting awards at award shows and stuff, and she was like like all the time, and when it's like she was getting her like 870th Grammy or whatever, and she was just like she's shocked or whatever. It sort of like I sort of made fun of that back then, because everybody used to make fun of like the fact that she was like so shocked that she can't believe she got her like 18th Grammy or whatever it was. It's like by that point you shouldn't be as shocked, but it sort of feels like that, where I feel like I get, you know, praise for my videos all the time, and in your comments, and I love them so much, but it's still, I still can't grasp why. I mean, I know that it's fun to like watch me you know, show the yarn and stuff, but like just because I know what I'm like, especially I definitely know what I'm like, because I have to live with myself, but then also have to watch it back and edit it and stuff. I know how my videos are, and just like all over the place, and with all my filler words and stuff, and just like over and over and over. I know how my videos are, and just the fact that you watch them and comment and stuff, I can't believe it. That's unfathomable to me. I messed it up that time. That's just like unbelievable to me. Just the fact that your people are watching them and commenting and liking it. And so I just don't know if I'm ever going to get used to it. And so you can compare me to Taylor Swift or whatever. Just now I sort of understand her shock. Maybe she's like me and has like a lack of self-worth and all that, and just it's like blown away that people appreciate her and like her the way that they do. Maybe it's like that. Maybe I have a new. Not that I'm comparing myself to Taylor Swift. God, she's like a multi-millionaire or whatever, and is like. And I'm like, you know, doing crochet videos. This isn't anything, but I'm just saying, like the shock on her face, you know, that she constantly has every time she gets anything. It sort of feels like that, where I kind of feel like that, where I kind of understand her now, but I don't know. But you know what I'm saying. Hopefully, through my filler words and everything else, I'm just like weaving in the ends, so that I can hang this up on camera. This is going to be like a little long section here at the end, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Just weave it in, weave it in. Okay, should be good. This is really neat. I want to make me one that says has an E and a G and make little letters. I did make my niece a W for her Wednesday shelf. I did the same kind of thing, except I did the thing where you do 2 single crochets in each chain, and then it kind of like creates that curl, and I did 2 of them and then kind of twisted them together around a pipe cleaner, and then I shaped it into the letter W for her Wednesday shelf. And because it was like the purple and black or whatever color I used to represent Wednesday. But anyway, so a little V for Vicky. Thank you so much, Vicky. I mean, honestly, I can't believe it. So I'm gonna put it on my shelf here and hang it with these. Probably hang it on one of these. Those clips on those big twist keychains are kind of awkward. Look at those big white ones. Kind of weird. Oh, there we go. I just wasn't doing it right. All right. There. I don't know if you... Now I feel like it might be up too high, but just know that if I... Let's see, where is it? Let me zoom in on it. Oh, wrong way. There it is. It'll be hanging here all the time with my little big twist keychains. So I'll always look at it and think of the first time I made money from one of my subscribers on YouTube. God, I can't believe that. So thank you so much, and I really genuinely appreciate it more than you could ever know. But anyway, so that's going to be the end of this video, and I know it's kind of all over the place, and I can't believe I got another yarn haul and all that, and then just a couple random things. But you know, I wanted to end it with making that little V for her, and and I will pull this out. Maybe I'll like stick it here. I'm not going to do it on camera because I know that took a long time to make that V, but it was worth it to do that. But I'm not going to waste time on camera, like pulling the outside of this off. But what I'll do is I'll put it here. I'll edit it in at the end. Like as I'm talking right now, I'll probably like put the little clip there to show like what the skein looked like. Like okay, here's what the skein looks like with the mess on it, and then I'll edit in a little clip as I'm talking here of like what it looks like without all the outside on it and how much is left. But anyway, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much, Vicky3232, for your super thanks, and I'm always gonna remember you, and just be so appreciative. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Like and subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one. it's not the pumpkin spice. This is bruschetta. Bruschetta. And this is... oh, this is pumpkin spice. I do have two. Oh well. I got enough of the smell in this room. Might as well have the yarn called that. Not a waste. I will use this.